The legend of the dogwood tree says that Jesus was crucified on a cross that was made from dogwood. Back in the day, the legend says that dogwood trees grew to be these big, massive trees, and that they were able to take it and make the timber for the cross out of it. Well, the legend also says that after Jesus was crucified, that God cursed the dogwood trees and said that never again would a dogwood tree grow big enough to support the weight to crucify another man. So now, dogwood trees are usually skinny trees like this one, more of an understory type tree. When the trees don't have leaves in the wintertime, one of the neat things about it, it's almost like the fine branches, all the branches are pointing upward into the sky, almost like they're pointing to heaven. Another cool thing with the dogwood tree is right before springtime, the buds that end up creating these beautiful flowers, they get really big. It almost looks like a bunch of little fists in the tree being held up to the sky. And when the wind blows, it's almost to say, why did this happen? Why did this happen? But what happens, those fists end up turning into these beautiful flowers. And if you notice, the flower is in the shape of a cross. Well, with Jesus' crucifixion, he had the crown of thorns on his head. Each arm was nailed to the cross, and his feet together were nailed to the cross. So on the top you have a piercing. Each side of the flower you have piercings as well. If you look close to the piercings on the flowers, and these flowers come out like that, it's almost like a crimson stain around it, like there was blood around there. As you look into the center of the flower, it's really cool looking. It almost looks like a crown, something like the King of Kings would wear. Another awesome thing with the dogwood tree, once these flowers fade, 2 leaves come out, and they come out into a form that almost looks like they're reaching up to heaven praising the Lord, like even the trees worship our God. But the coolest thing to me with the dogwood tree, because who knows if the legend is true or not. But the other thing, if you ever pay attention, Easter, every year, the dogwood tree is in bloom. Last year, Easter was on April 20th. The reason I remember that, it's my daughter's birthday. Thought it was pretty neat that her birthday was April 20th, the same day as Easter. This year, Easter's March 27th. That's 3 weeks early. The flowers of dogwood trees only last about a week or 2. Who told the tree it should bloom 3 weeks early? Some folks would say climate change maybe, others just coincidence. When I look at a dogwood tree, it reminds me God's in control. Happy Easter, everybody.